Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Connecting vacations to the trips and the pilgrimages. The topic itself is about vacation for a reason, because we are still in vacation mode. I don't want you to come out of it and remain into that. That's what I'm trying to do, sharing my journey of the memories and the self-discovery during one of my experience of the vacation. So to start with, how do you see a travel? I never saw my grandparents went on a vacation. What they always went was on a pilgrimage. So for them, it was never about the resort or the relaxation. It was all for the spiritual journey or something like that. To visit some deity, it was all the pilgrimages. If I go to the next generation of my parents, they were on the trips, which were more of pilgrimages as well, and at some point the vacations as well. As TMOD, Jem has explained what vacations and holidays make its difference, what I wanted to show here is today's generation, what we all do on our vacations is just to relax, or you want to get re-energized it on. The topic what I'm going to cover today is going to connect all three sides of it. I'm going to talk on Kedarnath, how it connects all three, being a pilgrimage, trip, and the vacation. I'm going to take you through. So why Kedarnath? If I give you my personal travel background, I'm not a wanderlust, but I have traveled for almost 12 countries and almost all the states of India, so it's not very small as well. It was the first time I had planned something for my parents and my in-laws. Till this point, I always traveled with them. This was the first time I made something for them. So that first thing is something that you never forget. And that's why Kedarnath stands personally for me. The best part of thing was, this was the first flight and a helicopter experience for them. So they had never experienced it up to this point of time. So some journeys are not measured in miles, but in the memories of a self-discovery. How Kedarnath made me discover myself is that I'm going to get through. A call to adventure. Kedarnath is one of the holiest shrine in India. It is among the Himalayas and at an altitude of almost 11,700 feet, which is quite high. The allure of journey is all full of the mountains, air, and the spiritual aura. It did not only require the preparation in terms of the planning and packing, but also the mental conditioning. For a reason, it involves a trekking of almost 16 kilometers from the base camp. It's a test of a strength and will. As I mentioned, it's a 16-kilometer trek from the Gaurikond. So imagine traveling with parents and in-laws who are actually aged. You're asking them to go on a 16-kilometer trek. It was not easy. When you stand at the bottom of the Himalayas and look at the mighty Himalayas, you always feel that you have the excitement as well, but you are anxious as well whether you'll be making it or not. The journey was full of pristine streams, verdant valleys, but an high altitude and the oxygen levels made you fatigue. So at that time you question yourself whether the decision what I made, is it correct or not? But the inner strength and the community who support you around, the fellow pilgrims, passengers who are traveling with you, they all support you to maintain that inner strength and the community support. Now, once you reach to the Kedarnath, this is how the temple looks like. When you're standing over there, at the first sight, you feel an overwhelming sense of calmness because you have seen the hardships of 16-kilometer treks. So whenever you go through, you when you reflect to the journey's hardship, you definitely feel that was rewarding. How did I carry that experience forward? Obviously, the descent was physically easier, but certainly emotionally richer, because you have given some experience to the parents or to the in-laws. The lessons I learned during this was the resilience, humility, and the community support. This I not only carried it on this particular journey, but throughout the life. How? If you look at the conclusion, was this only about the Kedarnath? I don't think so. Whatever you do in life, there is a journey, there are hardships, and there are destinations. How it matters is how you enjoy that journey and how you grow along that journey. So I encourage all of you embarking on your personal journeys despite all the odds what you face, because at the destination there is something beautiful as good as a Kedarnath. Rumi has told, the Mount is the place where light enters you. So if you have not traveled for the 16 kilometers trek, you would not see the beautiful Kedarnath. So these are some of the glimpses of our journey. Obviously, I'm clicking the photograph over here, so I'm not there. But you can see my parents and all them. This is one of the place where you can see two different colors of the rivers. One is Alaknanda and one is Bhagirathi, where they come as a confluence of two rivers, and that is where the Ganga emerges from. Ganga is one of the most known river, or the one of the most sacred river in India. So that's all. I encourage you all. I thank you all to join me on this journey of Kedarnath. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters.